Great. So now let's repeat the process once again. Let's merge the orders controller with the collect data controller that iterates the customers table. So we're going to do what we've done before. We're going to take the models from the collect orders, cut it, and paste it in the models of the parent controller. Perfect. Let me just delete the unneeded regions area. Okay, so now the collect data that used to run on customers also have orders, order details, and product sales info. From our inner controller, we're going to take the from in relation to orders and place them here. Instead of using from customers, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to say relations add to customers. It's a relation of type inner join, and we're going to say customers dot customer ID is equal to orders dot order ID. So dot customer ID. Okay, so we can see that we have our from is order details with an inner join to orders and inner join to customers. Great. Let's go ahead and take the insert if not found relation, take it up as well. This will add to the table in which we're accumulating the information. Next, we don't need this where anymore. It's represented in the condition here for the join to customer, so we can delete it. We do need this where because this where collects data from customers' orders based on the date of the order, so let's copy it as well and place it here. Now previously it said parent.parent because it was referring to the product sales info UI, but now we are in the controller which is just below it, so we only need one parent. So let's do that as well. Perfect. Yes, one last time. Great. And the order by we don't care about. The columns, let's take them with us and place it at the end of the collect data columns collection. So all the columns from the inner controllers will get added to the parent controller. And eventually the only row will take it also up. Instead of calling the collect orders controller, we're going to put the code over here. Great. So the inner controller is now empty. We can delete it. And we've merged the two controllers into one controller. Great. Let's run this code. We can see that it runs pretty fast. Let's add a profiler over here and have a look at our profiler. Let's again compare profiling from the start to now. So we can see the collect data controller now takes only 276 milliseconds compared to 820 milliseconds that it took before. That is more than 3 times faster than it used to run before. And of course, the bigger the data view, the faster you get. And if we open it up, we can see that it only made one call to order details instead of all of those calls that we have here for order details and orders and customers. We just have one call to order details. And if we open that call, we can actually see the select statement that it generated, where we can see that it runs from order details, inner join orders, and inner join customers. Now, of course, it will still work fast in all of the filtering scenario. We can run the same now with any filter that you want to do. For example, if you want to say USA, it will still run fast because the database does the join for us. So it runs at only 50 milliseconds, which is great. And you can say here from January 1st, 1997 to 31st December, 1997. Let's use a profiler and run it. And we can see that it runs extremely fast while still maintaining the single queries that it sends to the database, which we can see over here, how it was running on order details with join to orders, join to customers, and we can see the conditions that were being sent. Great. So this represents 3 times improvement in our scenario, and of course, the bigger the data views that you have, you'll get a much bigger improvement. I've tried this with 250,000 rows, and we were able to move down from 1 minute to around 15 seconds just by making this change. Let's review the change that we've made. We can see over here how in the collect data controller we've removed we've added pretty much the orders, order details, and product sales info entities that came from the orders controller. We can see the merge being done over here, since these parts were taken from the collect data and pretty much everything else was taken from the collect orders controller. And here we can see how we have the relations to orders and customers. We've added the relation customers. And we can see the conditions that are being presented over here, the condition for country and the condition for dates, in which we've removed the unnecessary parent, as you can see them over here. And we've merged the columns. 2 columns for the customer came over here and were joined. Perfect, so these are the changes that we've made. This is how we've merged everything. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how we can take this even further. Now, my recommendation, if you can, stop over here. This is a good performance improvement. You'll get 3-4 times faster and sometimes even more, depends on the speed of your database. The slower it is, the better improvement performance you'll get over this change. But later in the game, you can improve it even further by going down to SQL. So if this improvement isn't enough, in the next video, I'll show you how you can make it even faster by using SQL.